Alberto Angel Fernndez is an Argentine politician, professor, and lawyer serving as the 53rd president of Argentina since 2019. Born in Buenos Aires, Fernndez attended the University of Buenos Aires where he earned his law degree at the age of 24, and later became a professor of criminal law. He entered public service as an advisor to Deliberative Council of Buenos Aires and the Argentine Chamber of Deputies. In 2003, he was appointed Chief of the Cabinet of Ministers, serving during the entirety of the presidency of Néstor Kirchner, and the early months of the presidency of Cristina Fernández de Kirchner. A member of the center-left Peronist Justicialist Party, Fernández was the party's candidate for 2019 presidential election, defeating incumbent President Mauricio Macri, with 48% of the votes. During his administration, Fernández introduced a bill proposing the legalization of abortion, alongside another bill oriented towards women's health care, which passed by the Senate, legalizing abortion in Argentina. He reached an agreement with the Argentina's biggest creditors on terms for a restructuring of $65 billion in foreign bonds, after an imminent collapse due to the country's debt default. In foreign policy, during early months of his presidency, Fernández saw an Argentina's relationship straining with Brazil due to political rhetoric rivalry with Brazil's President Jair Bolsonaro. He questioned the conclusions of the Organization of American States that the re-election of Evo Morales was unconstitutional for electoral fraud. Fernández was born in Buenos Aires, son of Celia Perez and her first husband. Separated from the latter, Celia married Judge Carlos Pelagio Galíndez. Alberto Fernndez, who barely knew his biological father, considers Pelagio to be his true father. Alberto Fernndez attended law school at the University of Buenos Aires. He graduated at the age of 24, and later became a professor of criminal law. He entered public service as an advisor to Deliberative Council of Buenos Aires and the Argentine Chamber of Deputies. He became Deputy Director of Legal Affairs of the Economy Ministry, and in this capacity served as Chief Argentine Negotiator at the GATT-Uruguay round. Nominated by newly elected President Carlos Menem to serve as Superintendent of Insurance, Fernández served as President of the Latin American Insurance Managers Association from 1989 to 1992, and co-founded the Insurance Managers International Association. He also served as advisor to Mercosur and ALADI on insurance law, and was involved in insurance and health services companies in the private sector. Fernández was named one of the 10 outstanding young people of Argentina in 1992, and was awarded the Millennium Award as one of the nation's businessmen of the century, among other recognitions. During this time he became politically close to former Buenos Aires province governor Eduardo Duhalde. He was elected on 7 June 2000 to the Buenos Aires City Legislature on the Conservative Action for the Republic ticket led by former Economy Minister Domingo Cavallo. He gave up his seat when he was appointed Chief of the Cabinet of Ministers by President Néstor Kirchner upon taking office on 25 May 2003, and retained the same post under Kirchner's wife and successor, President Cristina Fernández de Kirchner. Upon her election in 2007, a new system of variable taxes on agricultural exports led to the 2008 Argentine government conflict with the agricultural sector, during which Fernández acted as the government's chief negotiator. The negotiations failed, however, and following Vice President Julio Cobo's surprise tie-breaking vote against the bill in the Senate, Fernández resigned on 23 July 2008. He was named head of the City of Buenos Aires chapter of the Justicialist Party, but minimized his involvement in Front for Victory campaigns for Congress in 2009. Fernández actively considered seeking the Justicialist Party presidential nomination ahead of the 2011 general elections. He ultimately endorsed President Cristina Kirchner for re-election. However, he was campaign manager of the presidential candidacy of Sergio Massa in 2015. On 18 May 2019, Cristina Fernández de Kirchner announced that Fernández would be a candidate for president. and that she would run for vice president alongside him. Hosting his first campaign rally with Santa Cruz Governor Alicia Kirchner, sister-in-law of the former Kirchner. About a month later, seeking to broaden his appeal to moderates, Fernndez struck a deal with Sergio Massa to form an alliance called Frente de Todos, wherein Massa would be offered a role within a potential Fernndez administration, or be given a key role within the Chamber of Deputies in exchange for dropping out of the presidential race and offering his support. Fernndez also earned the endorsement of the General Confederation of Labor, receiving their support in exchange for promising that he will boost the economy, and that there